Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityurma Amritangamaya. So, with this eternal prayer, which leads us from ignorance to truth, from darkness to the light, and from death to immortality, we initiate our 10th weekend talk of IIT Kharagpur. With this, myself, Om Mitra, the session moderator, along with Sanjana, Ashish, and Sophie, our research scholars from IIT Kharagpur, welcome all of you heartily to this session. There's an announcement. There's an international conference on maintenance. There's an international conference on maintenance and intelligent asset management. So it will be organized by the Federation University Australia, the Centre of Excellence in Safety Engineering and Analytics, the Asset Management Council Australia, and Manipal Academy of Higher Education India. So the date is 12th to 15th of December 2021, and it will be in the blended mode. So abstract submissions deadline, please note, it is 20th August 2021. Paper submission deadline is 30th September 2021. Notification and notification of paper acceptance 30th August and 30th October respectively. So with this, I welcome all the dignitaries to the virtual dais. Professor Maitri, our chairman of COE-CA, Professor Ravi Krishna, our convener of the weekend talk series, and we have our expert speaker of the day today, Mr. Agam Kumar, who is currently Chief of Safety of Tata Steel BSL. So Mr. Agam Kumar is currently working as Chief of Safety at Tata Steel BSL Angul, Odisha. He is responsible for the 6 million ton steel contribution to Tata Steel. He began his career in Tata Steel in 1991, held various positions as in maintenance operation. He initiated as manager of road and rail safety, and then he headed numerous divisions like the flat product division. He's also a Six Sigma Black Belt expert in TQM. He headed corporate safety of Tata Steel, head of safety of Southeast Asia plant, NAS Steel in Singapore and Tata Steel Thailand. He was also head of safety of raw material division, head of safety of Tata Steel Jamshedpur. He has got the experience in working as a maintenance engineer in the steel plant, heavy maintenance in blast furnaces and steel melting shops. And he had contributed to the road and rail safety, behavioral safety, contractor safety management, process safety management, and the list is endless, ladies and gentlemen. So without taking much of the time, I will request our chairman of COE-SEA, Professor J. Maitri, to formally welcome our expert speaker. Sir, you are muted.
Muted. Okay, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mr. Kumar. In fact, Mom has already said about Mr. Kumar, the versatile experiences. I just tell that the safety-related association with Mr. Kumar, I think we started in 2008. And at that time, I know he is very actively associated in the different initiatives of safety engineering, safety management, be it road safety, workplace safety, process safety, in all sphere of safety engineering. The interesting part of Mr. Kumar is that he has other experiences like operations, like maintenance, like total quality management. So a safety person will be complete one once he has this kind of experiences. So yes, I don't want to again extend my talk because we have long association. I can even tell for 1 hour. So with this brief introduction from my side and Mr. Kumar, our Center of Excellence in Safety Engineering and Analytics, you know that working on this novel cause to save people at work. And your lecture today is one of the most important lecture. And I am sure that the participant will be immensely benefited from all the experiences what you will be sharing today. With this note, I welcome you to this weekend talk as an expert. I welcome all the participants and I request Mr. Kumar to give your talk. Thank you, Mr. Kumar.
Thank you, sir. So, may I request Sobik to display the slide, please.
Sobik, you share the presentation?
Sir, in meanwhile, I would like to thank for giving me this opportunity, and it's a big platform to share some of the things that have been done by Tata Steel on this platform. So this is for the noble cause of safety, saving the life of people. Certainly, these practices will help people to implement and save life of people. So that's the purpose of this exercise. So now I request go to the next slide.
The orientation of the slide, Savik?
Introduce the topic by the time it comes. Okay. So what we believe, normally what we say that if the behavior of the people on the road can be changed, that's the benefit we will get at the workplace also. So if we want to change the safety culture of any company, please change the safety culture on the road first. That's the philosophy we adopted. Yeah, it's visible. Make it in Control L. Make it in slide mode.
So we Control L karo, Control L. Hello, Sobik?
हाँ हेलो कंट्रोल एल नहीं हो रहा है.
अच्छा.
ठीक.
It's not working.
Is there other कुछ हो सकता है आदित्य का?
Full.
अच्छा फुल स्क्रीन मोड. हाँ मिल गया.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes sir.
So this is the agenda of the slide. So we'll just brief you what is the global scenario on road, and then we'll bring to our country, particularly in India, and then to the region where we live in Jharkhand, and then we'll come to the company where we work. So that's the scenario. This is the agenda flow, and then we'll move to some of the challenges and what are the key interventions we have implemented in terms of few case study. But this is not all. These are only few what we are displaying here for the larger benefit. So next, Sobik. So if we look at the global scenario, of course, the road accidents are very, very high. And that too in country like India, every year, the number of deaths is really high. If you look at the number of deaths country-wise, the India is number one. Almost 150,000, 150,000 people die on road every year. So though we are much worried about the fatality due to COVID, of course, there is a pandemic, but the road for last many years is a sort of a pandemic, I'll say that the road fatalities are like a pandemic for last many years. And but you can say that the risk perception or the risk acceptance of the people has happened. As a result, the death on the road is not being seen as a high risk sort of, and people have accepted these numbers. But certainly, even one is too many. So that's the purpose of showing this slide. So where are we in the road safety, in road accident scenario? Going to the next slide. If you come to India figure, so number of accidents in we can see in the left top corner, number of accidents are very high, and the people dying. That's the graph actually, and it is alarming is that every year it is increasing this number actually. There may be some justification that the number of vehicles are increasing, number of traffics are increasing, but still it doesn't mean that we have got license to have a fatality on road actually. So we need to understand that these numbers are, and sooner or later, what I understand from the road safety point of view, In every family, someone must have on their relatives have died in the road accident. Actually, the way in the COVID we see that the near and dear is dying. Same way it is on the road also. Somebody near and dear we know that has met with a road accident, and very lucky enough then he has survived. But many of us have not survived in the road accidents. Many of our citizens. Coming to the area, the Jharkhand in the state, it is equally we are participating, equally we are contributing in the number of this, and it is high in the Jharkhand, and in the Jamshedpur where we live also we have the number of cases are high. So and all this behavior, purpose of showing this, all these behaviors are reflecting particularly in the major company like Tata Steel, Jindal Steel, SI, whatever, which is a big size plant. We can see that all those people, because you have to travel almost 4 kilometer, 5 kilometer inside the plant to reach from one department to other. So the safety of the people on the road is very, very important. And we need to understand the road inside or road outside is the people who are driving at both the places. And if the behavior is outside of the factory is different, then it is very difficult to change the behavior of the people on road inside the factory. That's the challenge actually we have in road safety, particularly inside the company. So going to the next slide. So if we would like to also share what is the World Steel Association. This is the WSA is the World Steel Association, where the almost 75 to 80 steel companies of the world are the member of this World Steel Association. And these are the look at the root causes of the fatality for last the 12 years data, 13 years data which we have. So the number, of course, in the major industry, the number one cause is fall from height, but road is equally in the third number. So if you like, this is the number of deaths because of the on-site factory premises road is the third, the major cause for the death inside the company. And legally or morally also, if anything happening inside the factory, we are equally responsible. So that's a major challenge, not only for a steel company like us, but for all the steel company in the world. That's the major challenge, because this data is for the rest of the world and all the steel companies of the world. So this is the scenario we have, and this contributes around 11% fatalities as per the report on the road. So it's a high number actually, road, which we can prevent it, which we can stop it. So that's the scenario of World Steel Association. Going to the next slide. What is the scenario we have actually in TSL? If we look at the TSL scenario over a period of time, the growth has happened, the expansion plan has happened. So what we are producing in FY05 has gone up to now 13 million ton in one location, single location particularly I'm talking. In totality is more than 30 million ton, but in single location is 13 million ton which we are producing steel. If 30 million ton of steel, you have to produce almost 3 times it is required the raw material to be transferred, raw material to be transported from one place to other. And not only that, within the plant also. So if amount of transportation, that is just, we want to give you a volume around 40 million ton with road and rail both, and there are number of people which are coming, that is in addition to the heavy vehicles. So number of people who are coming to work at our site is very, very high. So that makes the, and you know that India is very difficult. You cannot expand horizontally. Actually, you cannot expand the factory. You have to manage with the land which we have been given to make a plant and all that of higher capacity. So all those transportations are happening, and 40% of the raw materials, finished goods is transported through road. We need to understand actually, and these challenges is more stringent when we talk of a company like us, which is more than 110 years old. Because when now anybody is building a new company, they have got an advantage actually. They can plan better. They can make the road. They can make the road in the way they want transportation of the material. But the companies which has grown up over a of time, when the one old plant you have dismantled and made a new plant there in place of that, so you don't have enough, you did not have any opportunity to redesign the whole things, but you manage the plant, lot of plants inside the company, the land available to us, actually that makes the situation more grave and more difficult to manage on the road. And there are scenario, if you look at any company, you go particularly company like 110 years old or more than 50 years old, you will find the roads are going in between the trestles, in between the plants. So, and people are going through, and of course we cannot just, because within the plant is 4 to 5 kilometers from east to west or north to south. So somebody has to travel from one side to other side is 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers. Then only we need some commuting medium like cycles, like two-wheelers, like four-wheelers, like buses. So this is for the people who are walking, actually, and for just the number of heavy vehicles which are coming, it is something, around, for a plant like us, it is something 2,500 heavy vehicles every day. It is coming here for the transportation of material, whether it is a raw material, whether it is a finished goods. Though all these learnings have been implemented at our new plant in Tata Steel Kalinganagar, but for the old plant, we have to live with this and we have to improve upon, we have to redesign actually whole thing. That is what we have started. So increase in traffic inside the works has really gone up over a period of time when the expansion has happened. The rail transport has another problem on the road, because then we have a lot of intersections. They are cutting across the road and rails are cutting across each other, and number of level crossings are also equally very high. So that is and the loco has the got right to move first on the rail. Then the people moving and crossing the level crossing, they have another challenge to cross it safely. The locos are coming, the torpedoes are coming, is all carrying the hot metals and all that. So it's all very, very challenging for the people who are going either through his two-wheelers or four-wheelers or bus, anything. It has to be, doubly safe. Then only we can move on the road. So there's a rail transport. Workforce has gone up because this expansion has not only happened by using only technology, but the number of people who came here to work. So in the expansion project, the people go as high as some 10,000, 12,000. That is in addition to what we have normal people we require for the contract employees we require to running the plant. So that is in addition to the number of people which we have in the plant. So something like we can say that something around 20,000 contract employees. So our own employees, 18,000 our own employees. So something 40,000 people transaction happens in a day. It's a big challenge to ensure the safety of the people. Of course, there are mechanisms at the workplace, but on the road, actually you have to ensure safety of the people on the road also, so that the people come safely and go safely back. That's the philosophy what we have. So these are the giving you some scenario, giving you the situation where we can think of how difficult it is to improve the road safety inside any major factory, because it is not like any just road outside the company. This is a road inside the company actually, and particularly it is more than 100 years old company. So these are the challenges which we have, but our philosophy is there. If you go to the next slide, what we talk that our philosophy is good safety is good business, and we ensure that all these raw materials which are coming. So we go to the next slide. So all these materials which are coming, all the people who are coming inside the plant, they have to remain safe. That's the fundament actually. So we have to ensure the safety of the people when they are coming inside the plant. So that's the philosophy of
Hello. Sir,
Yeah.
your voice is not coming.
Am I okay now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's that. Okay. So this is the philosophy philosophy which I was explaining, that this slide is important to understand that there is a boundary where we have to work. Inside the we have department transportations of material. There are people who are coming inside the plant. And finally, we have to ensure that people, the way they have come smiling inside the plant, they have to go back smiling outside the plant also after his duty hour. That's the major challenge for any factory. And really, working in safety every day, this is a challenge for all the safety professional, of course, for the leadership team also, to ensure that people goes out safely, whosoever has come inside the plant. And then we have roads and rail transportation and all those. So people, to make them safer, even on the road also, this is another challenge. So that's the way, this is the philosophy of the Tata Steel. So the good safety, we believe, is a good business actually. If we are doing good in safety, the business improves, the productivity improves, the quality, everything improves actually. And we have enough data on this actually. The department which are performing good, having the good safety record, also having the good production record. So going to the next slide. So what are the key challenges we have?
Hello. Yes, sir. Actually, there is some disturbance in your voice. It is not it is not fluent. There is some. It is cutting in between. Some break is there in voice.
Okay.
Is
it okay?
Agam, go ahead.
Yes.
You can't do anything.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Yeah. So that's the challenges which we have, which we want to share. That normally we bucketed into 5 things, the 5 challenges. The road width constraints we have, no provision of one-way road we had. Mostly the road was shared by all the types of traffic when we started. No segregated pathway for separate lane for cyclists. Approximately 12,000 cycles were coming. Increase in number of heavy vehicles. We have seen that the number of vehicles are coming high. Increase in rail transport leads to railroad intersections. This is another problem. We are transporting some 30 million raw material through road and rail both. Increase in pedestrian cyclists due to the brownfield projects, we can understand as the expansion is going on. So a lot of contract employees, additional contract employees come inside the plant. And of course, the behavior of the road users, this we need to understand, because the rule outside is different and rule inside the factory is different. Then it is very, very difficult to a person, let's say, if he's not wearing seat belt outside and suddenly you are asking to wear a seat belt inside the plant. That's a challenge for us. So this is the changing the behavior of the road users is also a big challenge. So these are the broad challenges in any companies, in anywhere we have, and similarly we have also in Tata Steel. If you look at what we have done, if you go to the next slide. Yeah. So normally we have done in 4 areas broadly. One is the infrastructure development. Then we have traffic flow. In the infrastructure development, we have done many things like traffic flow management, installation of foot-over bridges, development of segregated pathway for pedestrians, flyover. We have one-way road. There are traffic signal actually. That was, once upon it was surprised that when we decided to put a traffic signal inside the factory. When it was the first way it was being installed, that was whether it would be success or not. Finally, as on date, there are 8 numbers of traffic signals light operating inside to manage the traffic. That's under the infrastructure development we have done. Leadership engagement, a lot of things have happened. Policy decision to improve road safety, like stopping of Hydra cranes, stopping of cycles, helperless driving, reward and recognition system, concept of safety hours we introduced, like any other company. I know many companies have introduced safety hours, this time for heavy vehicle, this time for people. This is not the one way we did that. So it is not that only we stopped heavy vehicles, but also we stopped, why at the other time, if the person has to work, moving on road actually. So that's a big drive was taken by us that people should not move during their working hour actually. And then we started stop. Why you are moving? So heavy vehicle we also introduced. So safety hours for people, they should not move on road when they are not supposed to move. And then the vehicle worthiness, a lot of job had been done to ensure the fitness of the vehicle before they enter inside the plant. A lot of investment we have done. I'll share some of the things in my case study. And then the separate timing for special vehicle introduced, like there are some equipment actually, and these are not the road vehicles actually. These are all equipped, but still it has to go from one place to other, one side to other. So we have made a separate slot for all this cranes movement. They can move only in that particular time only. They cannot move any time. As we have done in leadership engagement, improving all this technology, we brought a strengthening of road surveillance system, introduction of brief cam video analytics, deployment of fatigue monitoring system, then the GPS enabled heavy vehicles allowed to move inside walks, and then radar based speed display system is installed. That is in technology. In the road safety culture development, comprehensive safety standard and development of field implementation guide, FIG we call it, promotion and performance. So these are the lot of things I don't want to go each one of them. And also recently we have done simulators actually. We brought simulators for the heavy equipment, also for the heavy motor vehicle, as well as for the big size dumpers also. So simulator based training we have introduced. Training facility developed for at the transport park. So these are the lot of interventions have done. If we start writing, for each of these, there is a case study actually. There can be a big book for each of the initiative what we have implemented. Automatic number plate recorder, the GPS enabled system in all the vehicles. So I will highlight what we have done in the next slide. And then because this will be beneficial for all. So over a period of time, when the journey we started, safety excellence journey with DuPont actually in FY05, and then and my career started in safety with the road safety, and I was given the job of road safety. I remember the first 1 month or 2 months was, I was clueless actually. What is supposed to be done on road actually? Why I have been given road safety? When we started and when I was given challenges, then the lot of improvements have started. Then I found particularly that lot of challenges were there and a lot of improvements come over a period of time when what the seed we saw in FY05. Some of the things I would like to highlight here, that the development of road infrastructure, then foot over bridge, level crossings, helperless driving, speed cameras. When rest of the world was not aware about what is speed camera, in India particularly, I am talking that Tata Steel has introduced a speed camera, and then I'll come to on that particular topic when we go to case study. Step-wise cycling has stopped. As of now, there is no cycle inside the plant. After from some 12,000, 13,000 cyclists used to come, and we will share with you. Hydra crane was inherently that time was to be unsafe. Now even we wrote to the manufacturer of Hydra crane also to improve their design and all. CCTV cameras, automatic number plate recorder, and recently video analytics in some of the things in driver fatigue monitoring system. So these are the things we have introduced. I would like to go through a few of the case study which we have done and its background. Case one, like we can see that the foot over bridge. As I said, the challenges were there. There were a number of levels were very high. Once I remember, Tata Steel asked me to map the number of level crossing, and luckily, or you can say that the number was 100 actually. 100 level crossings we had inside the plant. Means the rail and road were intersecting, and there and out of 100, I'll say that 80 to 85 were man-made something. There is sitting arrangement at one side of the rail track, and people are crossing and going. It's made by the man themselves. So it was a big challenge, and of course, a bigger level crossings were also there when the raw materials which are coming from the track, and the people have to wait for at least 30 minutes, 40 minutes when it has to cross one rake or big rake and all that. So it was a big, and we have few fatalities also on level crossing, because people are always in hurry to defeat the system of as soon as, let's say, drop gate is lowering down, then suddenly somebody tries to defeat it and cross it, the level crossing, and go to the other side, and in course of this some incidents happen, and we had also some incidents in this particular. What we decided, I remember making a foot over bridge over the level crossing was a big challenge actually. No company can thought of how can you make a foot over bridge or over a level crossing actually. So that, I'm talking of the year 2006-7, when it was being presented to management. So management said, it's all cost actually. It's from your money, from your profit money you have to give to the for all this job. So that some 150 crores of rupees, the management sanctioned, and the foot over bridge was installed on the level crossing. And but finally management also agreed that this is not only for safety, it's also for the uninterrupted flow of the material, and this was required for the material to be transported at the which are coming, like engine on load UL system, and it was coming, and it was a requirement of the railway also. Until unless you give a full free movement of my loco, I'll not allow you to take the Indian loco inside the plant actually. Then we have given all this. So all these things have helped. But over a period of time, we have at many places foot over bridges have been placed at many level crossings, and even because at inside also pedestrians which are moving, they have separated from the heavy vehicles movement, from the four-wheelers movement. On route survey was done. Hot spots were identified where we had maximum. So those places foot over bridges were installed, and as of now, 4 number is there. Around 15 kilometer pedestrian pathway was segregated, means now pedestrians are not moving on road because of this. We have elevated his movement. So these are all dream, I will say that is the Tata Steel has done. And many places 6 kilometer of one-way road is there, means the two vehicles should not meet each other. It's a complete one-way road inside the plant. And it was not job easy actually, just merely saying that we have done this like this. I remember when we were discussing all these things, still I remember there was one trestle which was middle of the road. Finally, we stopped that job actually. That was the construction people. They said that no, this trestle will come in the middle of this. We'll have to kill that road. Then we stopped. No, you cannot kill the road actually. Then and the management finally agreed actually, and then the whole design was being changed. So, road was not at all importance for any company actually. For us also it was. And then we have, the management changed, and they said, no, we cannot kill the road. You change the design, and we have to protect the road, whatever the length and width we have, so that, commuting safely. That's the story of a foot over bridge. I have many pictures on that. If I have shown you that the whole cyclists we are gathering just near the level crossing, and they were waiting to drop gate to lift up, and as from the behind the wagons, because as it was going just slowly from the behind the wagons, sometimes in between wagons, cyclists used to cross the level crossing also, because they have to reach on time also to the office, their place. So these are the scenario. So this helped a lot, and this has helped certainly a safety of the people. Going to the next case study. If we look at the prohibition of Hydra crane, actually, how do we stop the Hydra crane? You can see some pictures actually. So this is not happen in a day, first I'll say, and it was very difficult. You cannot, Hydra crane in any company, even now also, it's very handy actually. Anything to be done is easily, it can move, is a wheel mounted, it can move anywhere, it can go to any side, it can lift the load. But the problem with this was that time that, in a lot of toppling, it cannot take the terrain of more than 10 degree or so. If land is more than of toppling used to be very high. And second is the visibility to the operator. The whole boat is just in front of the driver's cabin, and the driver is difficult making obscure his visibility. So it was a big challenge to, and after 2-3 incidences, series of incidences in a quick span of time, what to do. Then we stopped the Hydra for a month actually. We did not have solution actually. How we will save it. Then so what I was speaking about regarding this Hydra clinic, just to make people aware that it was journey was not easy. So we started the Hydra crane for a month. We stopped and we started thinking how to make it safer actually. So we worked for a few months. We made it a lot of changes. You can see in the diagram that the guard, the wheel guard, the front guard, the rear guard, all the guards we have provided. The of the visibility of the operator, we have put the 3-piece camera, the periscopic type camera. I still remember periscopic type camera, so that he can see the front and back side of its vehicle. So that thing we have done, but still that was not enough. Actually, then what has happened? So still the incidences continued in the Hydra. And then finally one day management decided what is the upper crane, what is the better crane? Can we stop Hydra? And then the management took a decision, let us stop Hydra and bring the better crane than this, particularly which is not inherent outrigger, inherent safer. And then we stopped the Hydra inside the plant. That was a big decision. Even now in many companies, if I go to many companies, we find that Hydra is operating of its user-friendly operability, but it's safely. That's the challenge with the Hydra crane. So that's what we have implemented. Going to the next case, what we have done. Go to the next slide. So if we look at this is the cyclist what we are talking about. This is another biggest success story for us, the cyclist. So what we have done, as I told you initially, we had some more than 12,000 cyclists coming inside because cycle is it's a very close to them, very close to their heart. They come from local villages by cycling only, and they used to take it to the job site and all that. But we started there, we had some injuries related with the cyclist, and then what we did to make them safer. First, we started to make a separate road for them out of the available bits of the road. And cyclists like the concept of helmet, the concept of the stickers on the back side of the cycles, all those things we have introduced. But still, I'll say that
Mr. Kumar, sorry to disturb you.
See, this is the 4th case which Agami is presenting, the helperless driving. See, when 2,500 vehicles come inside, they come with the helpers. They don't have proper full job. They are required for unloading and guiding at that time. Rest of the time they used to wander here and there and get into accidents. So finally, the Tata Steel has decided to stop helpers coming in. For that, they have done. They have put the 3-piece mirrors so that driver can see. Many vehicles never used to come with 3-piece mirrors, though it is mandatory. So it is made mandatory, and technological interventions like reverse camera, reverse buzzers, and proximity speech, and fail-safe braking system. They are all run-over protections. They are all made compulsory for these vehicles. And for loading and unloading point, there is a lashing crew. They will help in loading and unloading, and they are lashing also. As a result, TSL, the helpers who used to get into incidents frequently, that has been totally made zero. It has become a benchmark in the Indian industries. Yeah, next case, next. Enforce safe behavior on road through speed monitoring cameras. See, this we are talking of 2005. So no industries in Indian companies have speed monitoring cameras, and people never believe what is speed monitoring. When the speed is 30, 35, 40, what monitoring is to be done? People used to feel only in high speed monitoring cameras are required. But these speed monitoring cameras are put. There are some places the speed is 16 kilometers. Some cases the speed 30 kilometers are allowed. When this is enforced, a lot of behavioral change has come in the people, and finally a system has come. If anybody violates with the speed monitoring cameras, they used to see and there's an IT system. Immediately a message goes to the person, and there is the deduction of attendance of 1 day. The penalty also used to go. As a result, the speeds are totally controlled, and road incidents because of the high speed, because of more speed violations. It has become almost negligible. Next. And more importantly, the speed monitoring camera, the speeds, and people used enforce with the speed seat belts. 2004, 2005, seat belts are not compulsory in the industries. Now it is when it is made in compulsory using the speed, safety belts, the behavior of the people, drivers have changed. And these people, when they go outside also, they used to put the seat belt. People used to talk, oh, Tata Steel people. They are the people, they will only put the seat belts. That is the behavioral change it came into. And finally, the video analytics. So video analytics, all the junctions, the CCTV cameras are put, and it is to be recorded 24 hours. It is recorded, and the recording findings are gone into the machine learning tools, and with the artificial intelligence tools, they find out who are the violators, and artificial intelligence tool is used for doing the prediction and put the necessary interventions. Of course, IIT Kharagpur also helped. This is done a year back. IIT Kharagpur also has extended some help in this, and the scholar who has done some help is already in this in the list of participants. So this has given a lot of advantage for the people to understand 24 hours what is happening on the roads and what interventions are to be provided, how it is to be controlled. Next. Driver fatigue monitoring system in heavy vehicles. See, driver fatigue is very important. The people who come from long distances, especially heavy vehicles, if they have got fatigue, it's very difficult for them to drive inside the plant. Inside the plant also, when they come, they have to drive. During that, they used to commit a lot of mistakes. So the driver fatigue monitoring system, which has helped to understand which of the vehicles which are placed outside the parking place, their fatigue is monitored. If they are more fatigued, they are not allowed inside. They are forced to take some rest. Then only these vehicles are coming inside. The transportation park which Tata Steel has put, all the heavy vehicles have to come there first. The fitness of the vehicle, fitness of the driver, both are assessed. Then the boarding pass is given. These vehicles will come directly inside the plant. It's a novel idea which has been introduced, which is benchmark even for the world, giving the boarding pass for the vehicles after seeing the fitness of the driver, fitness of the vehicle outside before coming inside the plant. This has reduced huge incidents. the fitness related incidents, fitness person related incidents, they're all reduced to almost zero. Yeah, next. And safe behavior reinforced through application of the consequence management. It's the philosophy of Tata Steel not to introduce consequence to the people. When you see, consequence is not the right thing. It's not the policing action Tata Steel never wanted to do. When you bring changes in 70 to 80% of the people, then to discipline the rest 20%, it is allowed to put the consequence management. So the consequence management is not only negative, it is positive also. Many vehicles, when they meet with the accident, heavy vehicles make an accident, the penalty is imposed on that. Those vehicle owners come, no, we won't do it. Please take out the penalty. Tata Steel said, okay, if next 2 years there is no incident happens with your vehicle, the penalty will be returned back. So it is the consequence management of penalizing and returning if they are doing correctly. So people used to say, okay, we will not do it and we'll return it back. This is how the consequence management, reward, recognition, both are put in the consequence management, which is appreciated by all the people across the world. All the people across the world, across India, it is appreciated. Even this problem was raised in the State Assembly of Jharkhand, where when the proper justification was given, they have also appreciated. This has changed the behavior of the heavy vehicle drivers, two-wheelers, all the people. This has given a great result. Okay, next. Yeah, next. See, the future could be we can use data analytics. Now we started in Tata Steel for using video analytics, but we can get into virtual reality based training, where virtually all the plant could be made and the hazards could be imposed virtually, and people will appreciate it. So virtual reality based training, IIT Kharagpur has helped Tata Steel in a big way in this, and IoT based interventions. This is very important. This is Industry 4.0 age. We can put sensors at different places. Take the data. The data could be taken to the cloud, where it could be analyzed, and the decisions could be conveyed to the people again. A lot of studies, a lot of data. Many interventions called for huge investment also. With all these things, now Tata Steel has reached a stage. It is the benchmark in the internal road safety, benchmark in the total safety management system. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Who is speaking?
Hello.
आशीष दा क्या हुआ है?
Somebody's mic is on, sir.
Okay, then put on the. Okay. So this is the work
Sir,
of.
I have joined, sir. Am I audible,
Yeah.
sir? No.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. So, sir, just I think now I am audible a little better. I am.
Yeah. Okay. It's good. Now you talk about the future of road safety.
Yes, sir, I heard. But just before I go to this slide, I'll request for 10 more minutes to me.
Yeah, okay.
At least I'll explain the case 1, 2, 3, which I explained. Sophie, can you go to the case 1, please, for the benefit of the participants? Yeah, so this I was explaining to all. I'm sorry that today I don't know how this network problem has happened.
Now you are very good. Now your voice is very good.
Oh yeah, yeah, sir. So there's the foot over bridge that has which we have installed. Actually, I was explaining that the number of people who were coming, the number of level crossing which we had, more than 100 level crossings which we had, and some of the level crossings were very critical because it was cutting, it was dividing between one plant to the other plant, and people have to go these 7-8 parallel track lines. And it was really that time it was for a management to take a decision, can we have a foot over bridge on this level crossing, and management took a decision actually, because we had some incidences, we had one or two fatalities on this, and as a result that the management took a decision to install some foot over bridge over the level crossings. And by now actually this has started in 2007-8. That time it was a impossible task, but after getting convinced, management has put some 4 numbers of foot over bridge, and some of the foot over bridge is not necessarily for the over the level crossing, but also to segregate from the heavy vehicles. We lifted the pedestrian movement from the heavy vehicles. Actually, that's the thing has happened in terms of improving, and hardly you can see an industry where we are putting foot over bridge for the people actually. So that, but this also improved the productivity of the management, because this was a requirement of the railway also. They wanted uninterrupted movement of the loco from their nearest local by station to the destination department level. So that the help to the productivity also to the management. So this was the overall on the foot over bridge at the level crossing at very other places. If we go to the case 2, which we explain, this is very important actually. How did we stop the Hydra actually? Hydra is a very handy crane actually. Handy means it is so useful at the construction site or any other place site. It can easily move. It can move in any direction. It can take the load. But only problem with the Hydra is 2-3 things actually. One is it is a side vehicle, construction side vehicle. This is not a road vehicle. So, but if we are using on the road, then the visibility of the operator was less. The boom is just in front of the operator. That is one. Second is it cannot take the terrain of more than 10 degree actually. If we put it on a unlevel ground on a terrain more than 10 degrees something, the chance of toppling is very high. And then the management decided what we will do actually. We cannot stop the Hydra also, because this was so useful and one of the important equipment for construction actually. Then in the first step, what we have done on 2-3 things. On the improving the safety features of the Hydra crane, we put the guards, we have back side, front side with 3-piece mirror and all. And on the second thing was also we have started certifying this Hydra crane operator. One cannot become a Hydra crane operator until we certify. So we developed a system for testing, training, and then we have started certifying all these Hydra crane operators. So this was what has been management, but still all this thing did not help to prevent the incident. Actually, the incident kept on happening on a lesser frequency, I'll say. As a result, what has happened that management one day decided, no, let us get rid of this Hydra crane, bring some more safer crane. We also wrote to the Hydra crane manufacturer, and after our writing to them, they have also improved actually. They got the feedback from us. Even now I can see the Hydra crane which are coming, and they are equipped with more safety features actually. So that's the way the journey has happened. We have stopped the Hydra, and now it is nowhere in, I'll say, in the Tata group actually it is not being used. And some of the industry, like other industry also, they are started no Hydra crane sort of operation. This is the story of a Hydra crane inside the Tata Steel. If we go to the case 3 actually, next case, this is a cycle actually, it is a very emotional sort of, I'll say, a safety initiative. Cycle is such a the cheapest and very useful medium for the people, for the working class people. So they stay nearby in the nearby villages, and they come by cycles only to the site, and they come to the gate and they come to the inside. So what was happening that's okay actually, they can come with a cycle, but these cyclists were moving on the same road, sharing the same road on the heavy vehicles, where the heavy vehicles are moving, where the locos are moving, and all that. So if we have started in first phase, second phase, third phase, a lot of PDCA we have done. First we have started that we put the separate path for them, segregated pathway, so that they are not getting anywhere in contact with the heavy vehicle or four-wheeler like that. That's the first thing we did. Not only the safety of this cyclist was important inside the plant, but safety of the cyclist was also outside the plant, because then we put a lot of stickers on the cyclist, on the back of the cycle, so that if they go outside in the night, they can be easily visible by heavy vehicles. So that's the improvement. But still, all this improvement is a marginal improvement. One day the management has decided, let us stop the cycles actually. Stopping the cycle was not as easy actually. It is some, how will they come then? We cannot have thousands of buses also actually. So that's the things. It was a big challenge. What the management did first for them, actually we built a cyclist park nearest to the gate, which can take care of some 10,000, 5,000 of cycles. They can park together. We put the security safe. Nothing will happen to your cycle, with a locking provision in this parking area. So and then they walk down to our plant, because this was not supposed to be so far, otherwise they will not walk down. So it was nearer to the just entry gate, so and they can walk down inside the plant. Those who were working nearby the plant, so they used to walking down. But for many of them, we put the bus system finally. We asked the vendor, we built in the contract that no, each of the vendor has to provide buses for their employees. So and also we have started first, Tata Steel put some 30 buses. So to give them a idea that free shuttle bus services we started inside the plant. You can use it. We will not charge anything, but you can use it for commuting from one place to other. That is the way, sir, we started this bus facility. We stopped the cycle. And it is really challenge for many industry in India, particularly those industry which are coming, using the contract employee. We are not saying that the buses or nowadays CO2 and all that is there, but the safety of the people is more important than all other things. So that is the way people accepted it, and we have banned this cycle. We go to the next slide. So fourth slide is already explained how the helperless driving we have implemented. And anybody can write to us, and we can help you out how we have implemented helperless driving. So now anywhere in Tata Steel side across India, helpers are not coming inside the plant. That is the main, and only the drivers. We have given a lot of facility to drivers. We have made mandatory the reverse camera, the 3-piece mirror, the guards, run under protection guards and all that for the driver. We have stopped left overtaking. Nobody can overtake the vehicle from the left, because we are right-hand drive side in India. So we cannot stop the vehicle. We cannot allow overtaking from the left side. So these are the things have been done to improve the helperless driving inside the works, and that really helped, because helpers, in a two-way actually they were getting affected. If helpers are there, they will, one day the helper becomes a driver actually. That is the problem with the Indian context. And helper start learning driving on their own vehicle, and during that they used to either hit somebody, and driver takes a race, helper was driving, and then the accident used to happen. That is one. Second, these helpers did come for loading of a coil, and it is taking let's say 6 hours, 7 hours. What the helper will do during that? So they will just roam around. They will unnecessarily move inside the plant out of curiosity how this steel is being made. That they will go to the plant. That was the biggest problem for the helper actually. Then the management took a decision. No, we cannot have helper inside the plant. And then it is not simply that we ask the helper. We have given them provision outside the plant. They can sit till their vehicle comes in, and then goes out. Again, they can go with their vehicle. But certainly inside the plant, we cannot allow helper. So that is accepted by all the transporters. Even the concept of two drivers being introduced for some of the transporter. They said no, they need 2 drivers. So we'll say that will not allow you driver helper, but will allow you 2 drivers. You keep 2 drivers if you require somebody of equal competency, so that the both can drive, both can work as a helper also for each other. That's the way we implemented this helperless driving in the company. So this is the very successful story. And if we go to the next, already explained by speed camera, Obi sir has already explained about. This was really earlier it was a eye estimation based. Road volunteers used to decide whether you are going on high speed or not high speed. Then the action was being taken. But in 2004, just you can imagine, nowhere in the, forget about the industry, nowhere in the police also thought of there can be speed camera. Even we went to demonstrate to Delhi police also to how this speed camera works actually. And we taught them actually to the Delhi police sometime in 2005-6 when it was first brought to us. And it was a big challenge, and then we started measuring pictures, everything. Then this has helped to speed. This camera has really helped to improve the behavior of the employees, the contract employees on road actually. And now it's become a habit. Even a person like me, even outside, even I drive slow, 30, 40. We forget sometimes that we are driving outside actually. That's the behavior change among people. So this is about the speed camera. And the next is the case study 6. We have seen that. That is for the CCTV. That the many places we are 100% on road. We are equipped with the CCTV cameras across that, and we are using it, and we are leveraging benefit of that. And some places we have put the analytics also. If somebody is left overtaking, for example, so there is a intelligence based. There is a so automatically that picture comes and that is being deposited, and the action is being taken. And so that's on the CCTV video analytics. We have already explained the case 7. That is the next case on this driver fatigue. This is eye tracking system. What we were in the future we were talking about. So driver fatigue. This is connected with the GPS actually. The GPS means if somebody is really yawning or so, automatically the information goes to the GPS. From there it comes to the mobile, and a picture comes, even the video comes actually. If some driver is taking yarn and all of that. This happens actually, and this is really particularly in the night driving, I'll say. So this has happened. And the last one is, of course, boss has explained consequence management. So I'll not talk on this more on consequence. We know that it is positive also, it is negative also. So in both ways, it helps us. And boss has already explained. We said that it is not that we are putting penalty, but we were helping them to improve behavior. So this is the future: artificial intelligence and eye tracking system. One thing I would like to highlight in this slide that all these learnings we are implementing to all our new greenfield project, prevention through design. And wherever we are not able to do, then in the old plant, prevention through redesign also we are doing. So that is helping us overall to improve the road safety. So I'll say it was a great learning, great journey so far, but still journey is on. I'll say on road. It has till we keep going. If there is an incident, we'll have to have some more better solution. So that's all. I would love to answer questions, if any. And I'm sorry for poor network. Now it is okay, I think.
Thanks a lot, sir. Very, very informative session from industry best practices. So I would like to hand over the session to Souvik, Ashish and Sinjana for further question and answers.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And thank you all the participants that due to such internet issues, still you all are here and you are constantly supporting us. So from the participant, we have found some of the important questions. So one of the participants is asking, sir, in office, if many employees had road traffic accident, what can be done? I can see even trainings are not working. Then in this regard, what can be done?
Souvik, come again. In offices, you said?
if many employees had road traffic accident,
Yeah.
what can be done? So
Okay.
training also not working in some places.
Correct. You have to, training alone will certainly not help actually. We are not even, we are all educated, but training alone is certainly, it's all technology actually we have to intervene actually. We have to use the technology. And in safety, the biggest challenge is measuring the behavior, quantifying the behavior of or unsafe behavior of the people. If we cannot do this, the behavior will not improve on the road. For example, what I mean, let's say we are saying say you are moving on a very high speed, for example. But until unless we brought a speed camera, and we shown people that this is your speed, you are moving at a higher speed than the prescribed limit, till then we did not, the behavior did not improve. The solution is, in addition to the training, we'll have to bring all this, the machine language, the artificial intelligence, the technology intervention, if we want to improve the behavior of the CCTV particularly is helping us. So please introduce all this technology to improve behavior of the people on road. That's my answer and experience.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Now the next question is, which type of technology TSL adopted for Hydra or dumper to avoid operation with dala lifting?
Yeah. It's just we have, it's a very pet my subject. Actually, just we have come out with a foolproof solution. I would like to explain. I'll take 1 minute, Sobik.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll take 2 minutes to explain what we have done. And I think the whole world is struggling for that. Particularly India, we are all struggling. Normally, we have a big dumpers, Euclid dumpers, it's all in mines it is using. So they have inherent facility that if it is in a race condition dala, the dumper cannot move with a more than 10 kilometer per hour speed, if it is in the race condition. So, but this facility is only with the dumpers which are being used in the mines actually. But you come to industry, we have a smaller capacity dumper like 12 ton or 24 ton or 30 tons like that. There's a big problem actually. What we have recently done, and we are going to implement all across all the dumpers. So what we have done, first thing we have provided a sensor. If dala is raised, so for dala raising, you don't need an engine to be in a on condition. That is the benefit actually we have. So if you raise the dala and sensor gets detached from the body, dala body, the engine gets off, and then you can unload the material. The problem is the sticky material. Sorry. Somebody has to. Mr. BB Pari, yeah. So sticky material, when the driver has to move little forward, little backward to unload the material. What we have done, we have given a push button system in the driver's cabin. If the driver, from one hand, if he keeps the push button pressed, and from the other hand he starts the engine, then the engine will get a start, and he can move little bit forward and backward for the purpose of only unloading the material. As soon as he lifts his finger from the push button, then automatically what will happen? The engine will again get off. Engine will start only when you put right back the dala in a lower condition. Until unless you put that, engine will not start. This is the solution we have implemented. And we have in a few vehicles we have done that. We are going to do for all the vehicles right now. I hope I could explain you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for the explanation. Now, sir, the last question we are taking. So, sir, are there any regulatory bodies who is looking after this road safety?
See, regulatory bodies is, it's all for different regulatory bodies are there actually. We have RTO, we have DTO. I had few interaction with the RTO also. But it is all governed by Central Motor Vehicle Rule 1989 actually. CMVR is the road safety rule. There are different rules and regulation in India which is governed. Enforcing body is the traffic police which enforces all this. This is the job responsibility. For technical, CRRI and Central Road Research Institute for providing technical solutions are there. One can contact for any study from CRRI and all that. So for different aspect of this, and of course for license and all that, one cannot get license until unless you go to the DTO office, RTO office, and give your test drive, and then you clear your test. Then only you can get your license actually. So this is what the road safety is being managed in India actually. And of course, it is under the Ministry of Road Transport. It's a separate ministry altogether we have in India.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for this nice explanation, sir.
So we can take one or two more questions if you think we have 5 minutes.
Okay, sir. Then I am taking another question, sir. Yes, people are asking about that fatigue monitoring system. That how to implement fatigue monitoring system in mine sector.
Yeah. Now, actually, to answer this, and we have implemented. Particularly, I was involved few months back in implementing this. Well, there are two types of fatigue monitoring system. One is a standalone base, means it doesn't require any connectivity. So just you put just in front of the driver, it reads the pupils of the eyes of the driver, and if and that device finds that somebody napping or so this gives an alarm. This is one standalone. Normally in the mines, in our mines also we have implemented, because this is a DGMS requirement. DGMS has said that you have to implement this in all the mines, in all the heavy vehicles, and we have. But recently, what we have done, we are going with a GPS-based driver fatigue monitoring system, DFMS. There is an agency who will put this monitoring system, driver fatigue monitoring system, in the cabin just in front of the driver. And then if anything, if it reads out, or if a person is, let's say, blinking or having a dull eyes or sleeping, like for example, so automatically the picture takes, it goes to the immediately through the server, it goes to the agency, and we keep getting information. So these are now the system available nowadays in India. Anybody can implement. The second one is costly. But first one is a very cheaper one.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, sir, another question is that 1 minute, sir. Sir, there is asking that how does Tata Steel implement BBSM practices in Kalinganagar plant? How does human behavior impact implementation of road safety measures in a plant?
Yeah, that's a good question actually. But as I said, I explained in the slide in the case studies, all the learnings of our Jamshedpur plant has been implemented in Kalinganagar. First thing what has been done is the width of the road, the movement of the traffic, and that has been streamlined. The railroad intersection has been minimized. Minimized means drastically minimized. There are very few level crossings in TSK, unlike 100 in TSJ actually. That's the way it has been implemented in TSK. That is on infrastructure part. That is one. Second, from the very first day, cycles were not allowed inside the plant. So only the bus services, people are going by bus, and they are taking the material, commuting purpose. And inside, we have put the traffic guards on all the intersections. We are the way traffic is controlled, we have put the security guard to manage the traffic. And of course, all the learning, I'll say that of the TSA has been implemented, because what I was referring in the future slide, that the design actually. So that is what we have implemented in TS. So of course, all those things are the defensive driving training, engaging the right agency for the training. These are things are happening actually, but that has also got limitation. By training, we cannot improve 100% behavior unless we engage implement the technology in our plant.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for your nice explanation. Now I would like to hand over the session to Mitra ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now I request Open Krishna sir to post forward vote of thanks.
Yeah, Agam. We are very sorry that you are interrupted badly by the technical problem, but I'm very happy that you bounced back with double energy and enthusiasm, and you have made the whole audience very happy. So that is how the leader behaves. They will not set back by the problems. they bounce back with the double energies to set right the problems. That's what exactly you, as the owner operator role. Owner means you helped for design of all these interventions. You helped in the implementation. So you have done this, the same thing which happened to the technical problems. You have done same in the Tata Steel. It's a great work you have done. Great. That's why your speech, when you are talking, a lot of that confidence is coming for every intervention. Very happy, and I'm very happy. The Tata Steel leadership has taken the courage of putting investment, even big investments, in the road safety management so that people are saved. And that's how even to take very strict actions against the people, Tata Steel management never hesitated and union also responded. That's how Tata Steel has become world class in road safety now. When DuPont as a consultant could not help us to improve the road safety, we, Tata Steel itself, has taken all these initiatives and set right. And finally, I also remember when I was in Tata Steel in 2007 or 8, when some of the road incidents were being discussed in the board meeting, the chairman at that time, Mr. Ratan Tata is the chairman. He said, why Tata Steel is not going for technical interventions? Why don't you look for more technical interventions? That has given a big boost to Tata Steel leadership. All the CCTV cameras coming in a big way, all those things started from that onwards. So the leadership behavior has helped to implement, to change the total safety management in Tata Steel. And thank you, Agam, that you brought all those things in a very nice way. Probably when it goes into YouTube, people will enjoy better. And I'm thankful to the audience for bearing the technical interventions, inconvenience. Still, anyhow, we can't do certain things happen out of thing that it may not come. Many people have left. They should have stayed back and saw the energy of Agam in the last 10 minutes. How energetic he is in explaining all these things. Thank you for our moderators, Mom and her team, Tata Steel team. And Professor Maiti, I need not thank you. You are the chairman of this COE, and you are the spectator of you have seen all these improvements in Tata Steel, and you have participated and helped in some of the improvements also. So it is the time to give a big claps. I am seeing a lot of claps, virtual claps here. So let me give you physical clap also to you, Agam, for your great.
Thank you, thank you, sir. But I am really very sorry, actually.
And let me tell you, he came from Angul at 7 p.m. to Jamshedpur, and he had delivered this talk. So how much you put a lot of efforts, Agam. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. And thank you all. Okay, bye.
Thank you, Professor Matthew, sir.
Thank you, Agamji. बहुत अच्छा lecture. This is a wonderful speech. Wonderful.
Thank you, sir.